From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is a different kind of news blast for Memorial Day. We have 5 stories to share with you in 5 minutes or less. Here goes. According to LGBTQ Nation, Kady Grass flew from her hometown in Delavan, Wisconsin, to Carpentersville, Illinois, to visit her grandparents and see her 13-year-old cousin's May 13th choir concert. After the concert, she and her cousin visited a local McDonald's fast food restaurant. But when Grass tried to enter the women's restroom and found it occupied, 2 men at a nearby table called her the F word. Grass confronted the men, a black 19-year-old and a Latino-looking 16-year-old, she said, and told them that they had no right to call her that. When she confirmed that she was indeed a lesbian woman, one of the individuals hit her in the jaw and another attacked her from behind. That's when she blacked out. She said her 13-year-old cousin watched, terrified and unsure what to do, as one of the attackers held Grass down and the other kicked Grass in the face and stomped on her. This attack is the direct result of LGBTQ plus attacks from people feeling empowered to be free to fight against the community without fear of retribution. I wonder who might have pushed for that. In 2019, dad and ally John Pierre was trying to think of a unique way that he could show support for the LGBTQ plus community. He came up with play catch with a dad. I got the thought that there must be people in the world who had one or more family members disassociate with them when they came out, says Pierre, who is straight. That was the birth of Play Catch with a Dad. Pierre rolled out his idea at York Unity Fest in York, Pennsylvania, where he lives, advertising his first Play Catch with a Dad with a hand-painted sign. I painted a simple sign and found a space to lean the sign against a tree while I sat with a football in my hands, he says. Pierre own kids grew up playing soccer, where there's not a lot of catching. Now, while this is great, to be abundantly clear, gay men can be dads too. Some of us, such as yours truly, are dads and often go overlooked within the community. Minnesota Governor and former vice presidential candidate Tim Walz said the Democrats shouldn't abandon LGBTQ plus voters and should continue to defend trans equality going forward. It's a mistake, he told The Independent. And here's the thing. We need to tell people your cost of eggs, your health care being denied, your homeowner's insurance, your lack of getting warning on tornadoes coming has nothing to do with someone's gender. I think we have to figure out how to not get sucked in and allow that to be the focal point only, and that we can multitask and we can hold several things simultaneously, he said. We can protect LGBTQ plus rights and basic human rights at the same time. We can make sure that we hold drug companies accountable for high prices. Why does this matter? After running for vice president, Tim Walz is one of the best-known Democrats in the country, and he's taking a firm pro-trans stance in this intra-party debate. Steph has never been a fan of labels. If forced to identify, I identify as queer, both in terms of my gender identity and my sexual identity, she tells LGBTQ Nation. But having long been married to a cisgender man, she wasn't always able to say this so confidently, especially while raising small children. I was very much in the closet, in large part because I didn't have relationships. I didn't have friendships with queer people at the time. Not by choice, but sort of by lifestyle situation, because my kids were in elementary school and preschool, and so those were very heteronormative environments. For lesbian, bi, and pansexual mothers in straight-passing relationships, it can be easy to feel disconnected from the queer community. Oftentimes, there is need for significant effort to find a sense of belonging in the queer community, but effort requires time, a commodity mothers don't often have. And you know what? This applies to dads too. And finally, in case you missed it, House Republicans passed a major budget bill that will increase the deficit because of massive tax cuts while also cutting public health care programs. Transgender people of all ages who depend on Medicaid, CHIP, and the Obamacare exchanges will see less access to gender-affirming care with new restrictions if the bill passes the Senate in its current form. If the bill passes in this form, It will be devastating for trans people who depend on Medicaid and other federally regulated forms of health care. LGBTQ plus people who depend on Medicaid, CHIP, and Medicare will also be affected by the broader budget cuts. That's the news blast for this hour. Enjoy Memorial Day and get to a Pride event if you are able. Up next, we have the Meadville weather forecast here on PEP Radio.